Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Original Rebels Racing League First Responders Children's Foundation 60 here from Watkins Glen International for the Extreme Xfinity Series. Tonight we got 8 turns, 2.4 miles for these Xfinity drivers. It's going to be a fun one, and see if Fry Hubbard can extend his points lead tonight. I am Zach Wetstein. I'm here with Alex Veith. How you doing, Alex?
Good. I've been looking forward to this night all season, and it's finally here.
Yep, finally here, and well, it's been shrunken down a little bit. It was 40 laps in the schedule. It is now a 25 lap race, so everybody will be good on fuel. It's all about, do you want to pit for tires? And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Here's your race info. Again, 2.4 miles, 117 degrees on track, so it's going to be a slick one tonight. And these guys are going to have to battle a loose race car all night long. As we are going to go ahead and check out some guys qualifying. Jamie Barkus. See if we can't get a little onboard with him going into turn one. We'll get an onboard with somebody else. He's already into his lap, so we'll go ahead and follow him from this point of view throughout the lap. Jamie Barkus so far has not put a lap down. Nobody has yet. This is his first lap. Into the bus stop, which is one of the tougher part of the tracks, and you see him get tight, and he's going to get in the grass. So this lap is not going to count. And there he goes into the tire barrier. Go ahead with Jesse Necula here, completing his first lap, or doing his first lap. Takes it a little bit easier into that bus stop than we saw the last time with, I can't remember who we were on board with, Jamie Barkus. So, Alex, kind of take these guys through what these drivers are going to have to deal with tonight.
Well, iRacing changed the tire model early in the earlier in the week with the update, and the car went from drivable to on pizza cutter wheels. So throttle control and modulation is the name of the game tonight.
We're going to go ahead and get a little cockpit view here with Jesse Necula just to see what they're having to deal with. And, ooh, gets really tight into turn one. Oh, and there he goes. Try to get Patrick Drabick on his second time around trying to complete a lap. Yeah, this is the race that we've been talking about all year long, or all season long. Even at the beginning of Daytona, we were like, you know what, Watkins Glen is going to be super interesting, and we can't wait. And I mean, time just flew by, Alex. I mean, we're already here, and 4 races left after tonight. So this season's already gone by really fast.
Yeah, I believe we're at the halfway point, aren't we?
Yep, this is the halfway point of 10 races. Oh,
big
wheel
slide.
hops. Looks like he wheel hopped there a little bit. Or we're past halfway point, I think.
Downshifted just a hair too early. Got the wheels hopping.
I believe this is the 6th race. So, yeah. Past halfway now. And like I mentioned, Fry Hubbard, the points leader. I'm not sure how he is at road courses, so this could be an interesting race. We've mentioned it all season, along with our excitement for this race, is how it can jumble up the points. And Fry Hubbard right now...
6th fastest.
Yep, 6th. You see him in pit road there. We'll pull up your standings. Justin Engel coming to a stop. Here's Clint Reist. Clint Reese, sorry. Pull up your grid so far. William Paisley with a 115.3. Jamie Barkus moves up to the 2nd position with a 115.67. So 0.3 off of our pole sitter right now. We have 2 drivers in the 115s, and then everybody's 116 or below. Although a lot of the times, even though they're not as fast as these leaders, a lot of the times are pretty close. A lot of people in the 116s, close together. The people in the 117s are close together. So, these leaders might be faster, but we have a lot of people that are running pretty close lap times to each other. Zach Wilson to the top. That was his first lap, going to complete his second lap.
Turns out that man can drive anything and everything.
And he gives us a 115.30, a little bit faster than Will Paisley. Fast enough to get that pole spot for now. We, coming into this week, I thought maybe we'd have less drivers. It's a road course, not as many people, 1, like to drive it, and 2, they might not even have the track. And so I thought, we'd get 15 to 20 drivers, and we have over 30 drivers tonight, so it's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, I had to go out and buy this track this week because I didn't have it.
I've had this track for as long as I can remember. Always enjoyed it, and that's the one rough thing about tonight is I wish I could be out there with those guys racing, but I'll have just as much fun up here in the booth calling these guys' race tonight. And something you guys haven't seen all season, that track map in the top right. I don't usually use it on ovals just because they're kind of self-explanatory, but there in the top right you can see all 8 turns and what these guys are having to go through a little bit. And you can see where everybody is on track throughout the race. Kieran Church now qualifying. He was second fastest in practice, trying to translate to qualifying here. Gets up through the S's good. Those S's are really loose at times, so have to be careful through there not to spin out.
And that was a good-looking snap-on car.
Yeah, that's a nice red and black snap-on scheme. It's a very nice scheme that Kieran Church is running tonight. And, we're going to have 30-plus cars, Alex, going through not only turn 1, but through those S's and that bus stop, and that's going to be insane.
Chaos and destruction. I know last week I said something about running this, and then I went and did some practices, and the racing god says, no, Alex, you turn left, and you turn left only. It was not good. You guys did not want to see that footage.
I don't know. I think I'd pay money to see that at this point. That'd be pretty funny. Kieran Church moving up to the pole position with a 114.6.
Let's just say I had spun out 4 times before I even reached the bus stop.
Kieran Church, almost a second faster than Zach Wilson, has the pole position, and I think that's going to be his to have to begin this race. I don't know if anybody else is going to take that from him. To be exact, I think we have 40 drivers tonight. See if anybody else is on track right now for you guys. No one right now. I'm trying to count. Let me see. 41 drivers. I'm not sure if all of them are going to run, but there's 41 drivers in the session. This is going to be wild.
Yeah.
And while nobody else is on track, we'll go ahead and pull up the rest of the schedule for the Extreme Xfinity Series. Next week, Richmond Raceway, a track that a lot more people are familiar with than Watkins Glen. 150 laps around there, and then we head to another short track, Martinsville Speedway. That might be just as chaotic as this one. 175 laps around that half-mile paper clip. And then the last 2 races, Darlington Raceway and Chicagoland Speedway, where we will crown a champion for this series. So, past halfway now. Last week was halfway, this week is halfway, sorry. Past halfway anyways, and what a way to begin the second half of the season. So these guys are done with qualifying, and we're getting ready to go racing. 25 laps around this 2.5-mile track. And we are getting gridded up and ready to go. Unfortunately, around this road course, it is small enough that iRacing does make you do a complete pace lap before you can run. So that's what these guys will do tonight. No full course cautions. Only going to have local yellows so that, you know, we don't have to do 6-minute pace laps. Currently 27 cars gridded. We'll go ahead and pull up your grid for this race. Oh, let's see if that can fix itself here.
It's a 41 car field.
Kieran Church with the pole position, 114.6, and I'm definitely, not going to go through every name in a 41 car field. Zach Wilson second, Will Paisley third, Jamie Barkus fourth, Justin Engel rounding out your top 5, Clint Reist sixth, William Griffith seventh, Cameron Combs eighth, Fry Hubbard your points leader ninth, Patrick Drabik rounding out the top 10, and we'll scroll through the rest of your pack tonight. Going to be a lot of cars and hopefully not a lot of chaos, but there definitely can be with this track. And then we'll go ahead and, since we have such a long pace lap, we'll go ahead and bring up your points situation. We've been talking about it, so might as well bring it up. Fry Hubbard, 202 points, 13-point lead over Patrick Drabik. Currently, Patrick Drabik is in the ninth position, and Fry Hubbard is in the 10th position. So these guys fighting for the points, starting side by side to begin this race. Sorry, Fry Hubbard, I don't know. One of them's 9th, one of them's 10th. They keep switching back and forth.
Fry Hubbard 9th, Patrick Drabik 10th.
And Jamie Barkus, who's in 3rd, right behind Patrick Drabik, starting in the 4th position. So these top guys in the points that we see week in and week out, once again, are going to be starting all around each other.
Yeah, Josh Oswald, he's in 28th. Jesse Necula, he is up there with, where'd he go? I just seen him. Jesse Necula in the 13th.
Yeah. So a lot of these guys starting around each other like they do every single week, and that just creates for better racing. So yeah, that's your point situation, and Fry just looking to have a clean race. If he just finishes the race, I think he'll be happy, be able to get whatever points he can and move on to I believe I said Richmond. And these guys are coming to the left-hand turn. That is turn 7, and the last turn, turn 8.
She's going to be a barn burner. That's for sure.
Yeah, currently on track, 26 cars. Looks like maybe other guys starting from pits. Oh.
That'd be wise here, because I feel like this turn 1's going to be chaos. Just because there's so much runoff room. Kick the tires and light the fires. We're going road course racing, fellas.
Going into turn 1, Will Paisley looking to the inside of Kieran Church. Kieran Church going to be able to hold on, but he has to look out for Zach Wilson right on his outside. Zach Wilson going to take the lead here early.
A lot of people back there using every bit of that runoff back there as they come up through the S's. Kieran going to fall in line behind William Paisley there as we come into the bus stop. Maybe he might poke out and try to make a move early, but cold tires, you don't want to get a little too ballsy too early.
Yeah, as well as Justin Engel right behind Kieran Church, trying to peek to the inside, but that is not one place you want to pass, is that bus stop on the backstretch there. Definitely would rather wait until the carousel right here. Go back a little bit further in the field. Fry Hubbard, your points leader, like we just mentioned. here in the 13th position. So he lost 3 spots on the restart, but he's able to keep that car clean, and now he can try to make some progression through the field. That's really what is most important about this restart, is not getting, well, you can get the lead if you want, but it's not necessarily about keeping positions or gaining positions. It's just about staying clean and making it through that first lap so that you have a chance to pass people up later in the race. You can't pass people up if you're a wrecked car after lap 1. On the back bumper of Zach Wilson, here comes Will Paisley. Will, in practice, he did a 25-lap run, our distance for tonight. And so he's going to have some good experience if he can, you know, make it through all 25 laps. Obviously, you never know what's going to happen, but he has a lot of experience, at least with the 25 laps we're going to have to run here tonight. We'll see if maybe he's better on the long run than the short run.
Yeah, tire conservation is the key. And I think that's what he was going for. See how if he can make a set of tires last.
Zach Wilson, I mentioned a little bit, but he did a really nice job on that outside going into turn 1. I think Kieran Church was just taking it easy so he didn't, wreck. And so Zach Wilson was able to take advantage and use that outside to get past him. As the front two are really pulling away from the rest of the field, Paisley and Wilson really gapping Church by, I believe, a second now, second and a half. Ooh, Zach Wilson goes wide there in turn 1.
Side by side going for the S's. William Paisley takes the lead. Zach Wilson kind of slid her out there a little bit.
Nice job by Will Paisley to be patient, wait for Zach to make a mistake, and, well, Wilson got tight out of turn 1, and Will Paisley was able to take advantage of it and take the lead away. Now he's really gapping Zach. I wouldn't say by a lot, but he's starting to put a little distance between himself and second place. And with no full course cautions on tonight, you see Will Paisley, who we're with right now. I'll put the numbers on instead of their position so you can see a little bit better. But the 93 of Will Paisley already starting to get close to lap traffic. And with no full course cautions, you are going to get lap traffic if you are the leader. So that's, that's kind of an aspect that you see in short track racing. And you maybe don't expect it in road course racing, but with no full course cautions, it's a given that it's going to happen.
Yeah, you're going to get lap traffic on a road course. You make a bunch of oval guys turn more than left. William Paisley really starting to gap out on Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds so far.
There's a nice little gap between the top 3, really, top 4. They're all separated by about a second.
Will Paisley, that last lap of 1:15.9, and Zach Wilson ran a 1:17.3. So, are you maybe a little bit afraid that he's going to burn out those tires a little too much running close to qualifying laps?
You know what? I think he's got it. I think he's got a strategy worked out, and I think what I would do, and this is what I do when I save tires in the mile and a half, is I'll run 5 burners, and then I'll back it way off, and that way you kind of get the most use out of your tires while still conserving them.
Well, here's his first little bit of lap traffic in front of him. The 94 of Keith Durst in the 24th position. Oh, and he brakes a lot later than Keith did, and, well, he's able to avoid his back bumper, thankfully.
Zach Wilson's already made quick work at Mr. Durst.
Yeah, let's go check out some of our points contenders. Jamie Barkas, the highest between the 4 or 5 drivers we were talking about, he's the highest right now in the 6th position. So he's having a good run so far. Patrick Drabik inside the top 10 as well, and the 9th position right now. And Fry Hubbard, he was 13th out of the initial start and has moved his way up to 12th. So nice job by him to at least get one of those spots back. Started 10th. And Jesse Necula. Did you say he? Yeah, Jesse Necula is not. Or there he is. No, that's not Jesse Necula. I'm sorry. So is Necula running?
Yep,
right
that's
now?
Necula right there.
Okay. He blinked, and so I thought it might have not been him. But he is in that usual 29 of his. Oh, that's why he was. Okay, so he's 20th right now. So he's lost 7 positions from the initial start. Started 13th, so maybe think he had a little bit of a problem because a guy like Jesse, I just wouldn't see losing 7 positions off the start like that unless he had a little bit of a problem. So that's kind of your top 4 or 5 in the points, I believe. As Will Paisley up here has kept distancing himself over second place Zach Wilson, a 3.9 second gap right now. What's happening?
There was somebody off in the grass I seen. Corner of my eye.
Let's see if we can go back. Yeah, we see a car right there in the grass. The 45 of Ray Cobb in the grass. And right behind him there is the 6, I believe.
Anthony Cirillo.
So Ray Cobb having some issues getting that car going in the grass. Those back tires are
Slicks and
spinning.
grass are not friends.
Yeah, those back tires are spinning really bad in the grass, and eventually he'll be able to get back on track. He might just park it here. We'll see what he does. I think he's just going to park it there until people go by, and he'll get that car back around. And Will Paisley goes a little wide there. Your race leader right now, and you see the gap between him and Zach Wilson starting to grow more and more. Under 20 laps to go now here at Watkins Glen.
An even bigger, just about the same, well, not quite the same size gap between Kiernan and Zach.
Yeah, here's Kiernan Church, your pole sitter for tonight's race, in the 3rd position. About 2.8 seconds back from Zach Wilson. Doing a nice job, though, keeping that 3rd position. Kind of running away with it right now. Over 2 seconds ahead of William Griffith himself. It's also one thing that I think that the track map really helps with is, you see the 93 of Will Paisley right now. You can look up at the track map and you can find the 51. And, well, I think it's kind of hard to see. Oh, no, the 51's in front of the 22 of Kiernan Church. Okay, because I saw a big jumble of cars right there. But you can look up at that track map and you can see where the 93 and the 50. Oh, and Zach Wilson spinning in the back.
Wow, that was big.
Zach Wilson, huge contact there. We're going to go take a quick look at this. A little bit harder to see Rex live time when you don't have cautions. Comes out of turn 8 and just spins it right into that inside wall. Huge contact.
Too much auto too early.
He's got that car back going again.
All the way back in the 12th spot. That is a mountain to climb.
Yeah, big mistake by Zach Wilson. Going to cost him, like you mentioned, 10 or 11 positions. And he's going to have to slowly fight back now. He is 1.3 seconds behind 12th position Brett Retterer. Brett Retterer, you see right in front of him there going to the bus stop. In that 97. Well, Kiernan Church now in the 2nd position. Behind Will Paisley, it shows him 8.3 seconds back. So Will Paisley is just running away with it right now.
Oh, yeah, he is out. He is gone. 8 seconds.
And now, well, the times are kind of glitching out, so I can't see the gap. But if you look for the 51 on there now, he's pretty far back in relative to our leader. And wow, side by side right in front of him. Thankfully, one of the cars, both of them, are able to get out of the way, slow down, go to that bus stop, because that could have been dangerous for Will.
Looks like that was Logan Sturgeon and Rich Yeoman battling it out back there.
So Zach Wilson, blinking out in the 11th
24th
position.
and 25th, respectively.
Zach Wilson, the 11th position right now. iRacing's been real glitchy. It seems to be glitchy when there's a lot of people in the field. It seems like I have it set to where it shows all the cars on the track, but it still likes to glitch out a lot.
I tried that. My computer said no.
As it shows, I think Zach Wilson is now like 30 seconds behind our leader, so that's really going to hurt him for the rest of this race. That's going to be time he cannot make up.
It was 36 seconds.
That is just going to be time he cannot make up. And now Will Paisley right now, the only thing he really has to worry... Oh, and we have a spinner behind him. iRacing is being really glitchy. I was trying to get to who that spinner was, but I couldn't find who it was. Yeah, it seems like whenever there's this many people on track, iRacing gets a little hectic. And, well, we have, right now, almost 40 cars on track, if not all 40.
That was Josh Loganvitz totally overshot the first corner. Probably a little bit of brake fade on that one.
Yeah, as the tires get older, you're going to be a little bit more susceptible to wheel hopping, sorry, not brake hopping. Wheel hopping, which is when those rear tires, if you're going too fast and you shift down and your car can't handle it, those back tires will bounce and, well, it's going to spin your car out most likely. See it happen at a lot of road courses just because of how much brake you're using, and as you wear those tires out, if you don't back your corner up more, that can happen to you. So everybody kind of doing a good job tonight of not wrecking. We've seen a few cars off track, and we saw Zach Wilson obviously wreck, but for the most part, all 40 cars done a really good job at keeping their cars straight for the most part.
I mean, we're already down to 15 to go.
Yep, laps ticking by here at Watkins Glen International. And Will Paisley right now looking like he can only hurt himself. It doesn't look like anyone else is even close to endangering his lead right now. I guess other than lap cars. That's the only thing he has to worry about right now is lap cars. And he's done a nice job of it so far, being patient and passing them at the right moments. Keith Durst in front of him there. Oh, and blinks out. That's not what you want to see.
No. Pucker factor of 10 right there.
As he's successfully able to get... Well, I was going to say get past him, but he hasn't yet. Looks like Durst's going to go pretty wide there.
Eric Santi going to use all the runoff there too as well.
Well, that's why it's there. You go wide, you have a little bit of room to make a mistake there.
Works his way around Magic Mike Uribe, who is sitting comfortably in the 31st spot.
Yeah, these leaders now running 118s and 119s. Kiernan ran a 118.58 that last time, and Will Paisley ran a 119.52, but I do think that has a little bit to do with lap traffic. But you see Kiernan, he's going to have to start dealing with that lap traffic just as much as Will Paisley did, as he's trying to work on Logan Sturgeon here. One driver I want to take a quick look at, is Joel Kilburn, showing him in the 12th position right now at 24 spots from the start of the race.
Just survival at that point, I believe.
Yeah, done a really good job of it. Only 2 spots out of the top 10 right now. I believe he is our biggest mover tonight. Yeah, 24 positions. And like you said, survival is kind of how you gain positions here, except obviously when you make passes, but survival is the biggest thing around Watkins Glen, and, well, Joel's done a really nice job at it. Zach Wilson up to the 9th position now, after falling back to 13th after wrecking.
Cameron Combs has passed William Griffith at some point for the 3rd spot. Jamie Barkas and Patrick Drabick hooked up in 5th and 6th.
Yeah, there's Cameron Combs. We haven't talked much about him because our top 3 was a little different, but he's done a nice job up 5 positions from the start of the race. He is in 8th, and he's trying to catch Kieran Church right now. Kieran 3 seconds ahead of him.
There's a battle on our hands for the 6th spot between Drabick and Clint Reist.
See Clint in that 2 car right behind the 07 of Patrick Drabick. And maybe Reist can get a little bit lucky with lap traffic and find his way around Mr. Drabick.
They were, last skimming through the field, they were nose to tail going to the bus stop.
Yeah, it's hard to go into the bus stop nose to tail and stay that way out.
A little bit of slide.
Oh, and a spinner right in front of him. Thankfully, he's able to get it going. I think that might have been Keith Durst.
Yes, it was.
He's able to get it back going. Back here with Patrick Drabick. And, yep, they're nose to tail once again. Clint Reist doing a really good job here of pressuring Drabick, but if Drabick doesn't make a mistake, maybe he's able to hold off the 2 as Clint gets loose there through the S's.
Now, Drabick's able to put not quite be able to put a lap car in between them.
Yeah, that bus stop is not where you want to make a pass at all. It doesn't matter who you're passing. Even a lap car that's slower than you, it's going to be tough to pass somebody through that bus stop. Just not wide enough for 2 cars, and I mean, we've seen it in real life as well as sim racing. When you go 2x2 there, even the most professional drivers have trouble getting through there without making contact with each other.
Zach Wilson's up to 10th.
I think he's blinked out on my screen right now, so he's not showing up. I was going to try to go over to him, but he's blinking out, I think, on my screen. There he is. Yeah, in the 9th position now, just past Fry Hubbard, it looks like. Fry Hubbard, you see back there in the Big Fish Motorsports paint scheme. So, Wilson, you know, while he kind of eliminated his chances of winning this race, he's done a really good job at battling back to the 9th position. And, you know, it was down to 36 seconds between him and Kieran Church, and it's, I believe, 28 seconds now. So you got to believe that if he was up there right now in that 2nd position still, he might be battling for the lead.
Oh, most definitely. He is driving that car like it owes him money.
Yeah, you see him aggressively through the bus stop. You see the damage to that front end. It looks purely cosmetic because, I mean, he must have hit the wall pretty square on and just kind of shifted all of it in, because it doesn't look like a lot of damage when you look at it. It looks a little bent up, though.
Yeah, I think they have damage turned off tonight.
Oh, they do? Okay. I remember them saying they might. I wasn't sure if they actually did or not. Probably a good decision, as it's showing
Zach.
Zach.
There'd be a lot of wreck race cars right now.
Showing Zach Wilson in the 8th position right now. Will Paisley still leading this race. Has a comfortable gap over 2nd place Kieran Church.
Started out front and hasn't looked back.
10-second gap over Kieran right now. Yeah, he started 3rd, and we saw him maybe peak 3 wide going into turn 1, and thankfully he didn't. And, well, patience was his best friend, because eventually Wilson, you know, messed up a little bit, and he was able to take advantage, and like you said, has not looked back ever since. With 9 laps to go already here at Watkins Glen International. Time is ticking, and it's ticking fast. Ooh, spinner right in front of him. The 68 of David Garino. He'll be able to get that back and straightened out.
Yeah, as he's working around Brett Redder. Oh, little slide.
Yeah.
17 laps in, those tires have got to be hurt.
Yeah, as this race goes on, those S's are only going to get looser and looser, especially on exit. And braking into this bus stop is not any easier than it was to start this race. As those tires get older, like I mentioned, a lot bigger chance of wheel hopping. And well, when you're leading a race by over 10 seconds, that's something you don't want to do is wheel hop. As right now we are, I believe he's lapped everybody up to the 12th position. Jesse Necula. We'll check it this time around. I think it is the top 11 that it's showing on the lead lap.
I'm showing 15.
15. iRacing's being super glitchy with me right now, so.
Yeah, Jesse Necula is in the 15th spot, and he is the last car in the lead lap.
Yeah, for some reason on my thing it's showing him 11th. I think it's just with how many cars there are out on track right now, it's been a little glitchy tonight, unfortunately. As there you see Will Paisley getting close to Jesse, though, to put him a lap down.
Yeah, found another battle brewing. The 12 of William Griffith and the 69 of Jamie Barkus. As there's an upside-down car.
Oh, no.
I just glanced over to William Griffith, or not William Griffith, Will Paisley, and there's a Keith Thurston's upside down.
William Griffith in the 4th position, trying to hold off Jamie Barkus. I'm hoping the glitchiness that I'm having with my iRacing live timing right now does not stick. Hopefully it's just because there's 41 drivers. It's showing William Griffith in the 4th position for you, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. It's mainly the gap that's showing up on my standings that is messing up. It keeps just showing dash lines instead of the time. So, a little unfortunate with how glitchy it's being tonight, but we'll get through it. Jamie Barkus, a great run off of turn 1 there. Just had nowhere to go with it with William Griffith right in front of him. See how good of a run that Jamie Barkus can get out of the S's here, down to the backstretch to the bus stop. Griffith doing a great job at rebounding after that little... wrecking right behind him, I hope. They didn't wreck right into the pack. As William Griffith's still holding him off for that 4th position. Doing a nice job at not making mistakes. Hopefully I didn't jinx him, but doing a nice job at not making mistakes and holding Jamie Barkus behind him. I'm hoping all the positions will be correct at the end of this race, because that'll kind of mess with the point standings if it has them in the wrong position. So William Griffith doing a good job at holding on to that. Oh, and there he goes. Turn 1, he makes a mistake, and there goes Jamie Barkus taking that 4th position away. I looked away, was going to say he's doing a nice job, and, well, he slipped up, so... Sorry about that, William Griffith. Probably on me. And, a lot of cars in this backstretch here. Uh-oh. Wow. That was extremely chaotic there. Thankfully, they're all able to make it through. I think they were 3 wide almost going into the bus stop there. So pretty close to wrecking. Thankfully, they're able to keep it straight. But right now, Will Paisley, see him passing another car to put a lap down. Currently 9.5 seconds over Kieran Church. So Kieran, while he is 9 seconds back, and that's not great, he's done a good job at least at keeping it at 9 seconds and not falling back even more. Five laps to go here at Watkins Glen International. Already 20 laps in. And this is kind of how fast races go when you don't have caution laps to deal with. And, well, it's cruising by tonight.
Yeah, 5 to go already.
Will Paisley took the lead in the first 5 laps. I believe lap 3, and has just not looked back ever since. And looking to lead the last 5 laps as well.
Had a small battle with Zach Wilson, but it wasn't much.
Yeah, Zach, it's unfortunate what happened to Zach, and I think it would have been a nice battle for the lead if Zach Wilson had been able to not make that mistake. But that's what happens. You can't make mistakes, or else you'll take yourself out of contention. Zach back in the 8th position right now.
Joel Kilburn up in the 9th spot, up however many spots that
27 spots from his initial start. So really nice race by him to get into the top 10. And right behind him, Fry Hubbard. If he shows up, there he is. Still maintaining that top 10 position. As we're back here with Will Paisley, 4 laps to go. 4 laps that Will should be able to take pretty easily. Make sure he doesn't make a mistake, and really that's all he has to do the rest of the way. He doesn't really need to do any fast laps.
Yeah, he doesn't really need to pass anybody.
As you see on the track map, he's going through turn 8, and right now through turn 7, Kieran Church. Kind of shows you the distance between the two. There you see Kieran just leaving turn 8, and here is Mr. Will Paisley going into turn 1. So really an entire front stretch of distance between first and second place. It's a little bit harder to judge the distance between 2 drivers at a road course, but we use the front stretch as a little bit of a comparison. Will Paisley, Kieran Church, Cameron Combs, Jamie Barkus, and William Griffith, your top 5 currently. So looks like, and Patrick Drabick right behind William for the 6th, or in the 6th position.
Zach Wilson back up to 7th too. Not enough time to get back up front, but he's got to try.
Yeah, get as many positions back as he can. That's all he can really ask for, is the opportunity to do that. Oh, we have a wrecker behind him in the S's. Just trying to see if we could see what happened there in the S's, but looks like if there was, they got it straightened out. And there goes Will Paisley with 2 laps to go through turn 1. What a dominating performance from Will Paisley in that 93 car. Has just been perfect all race, made no mistakes, at least that we've seen. And, I mean, it kind of shows up in his times as well that he's not really making any mistakes. And it's really working out for him here with 2 laps to go. And he knows
he's run pretty consistent 118s and 119s. In and out of lap traffic too, so that's saying something.
Yep, and he knows he's going to get that white flag. He's not going to get a yellow flag before one to go because there are no full course cautions. So right now, I imagine he feels pretty safe with where he's at, I would imagine. 9 seconds in the lead. This is usually part of the race where if we were in real life, we'd be talking about, he's feeling parts coming apart of his on his car right now. Maybe the only thing we can do in the sim is he feels his internet going out or something with 1 lap to go.
Yeah, these road courses are violent on these 4,000-pound beasts. These cars are built and engineered and designed to do one thing, and that is turn left. And then now about 6 times a year, NASCAR makes them turn right, and it just beats the hell out of them.
Yeah, I still find that crazy that we're going to have 6 road courses in the NASCAR Cup schedule.
6 chances for Chase to win.
Will Paisley through the bus stop for the last time here. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. Just 2 or 3 more turns, and he comes home as a victor. Kiernan Church in second, and Cameron Combs still holding that 3rd position. Through turn 7, 1 more turn left for Will Paisley here at Watkins Glen International. Completely dominant 22 laps ever since he took the lead. Will Paisley is going to win the First Responders Children's Foundation 60 here at Watkins Glen International.
Yeah, rounding the last corner on the back straight or on the final straight is finally Kiernan Church.
Yeah, and here comes Cameron Combs out of turn 8. Going to come home 3rd. Will Paisley, your victor tonight. 1 slip up from Zach Wilson, and that's all he needed to kind of just take this race and not give it back to anybody else.
One of the guys just said over the radio, "Who let Boris said in here?"
As Will Paisley, I questioned early on, he was running 115s, and I thought maybe he was running too hard, but it works out. And I mean, he was running 118s to end the race, and not really anybody else was doing that. So nice job by him.
There's a car cartwheeling down the front stretch. Josh Lokovitz was...
Yeah, he's on his wheels now, looks like.
You have to rewind that a little bit.
My iRacing lifetime has been a little bit glitchy, but your top 3 is Kiernan Church and Cameron Combs, right behind Will Paisley.
Yeah, top 3, William Paisley, Kiernan Church, Cameron Combs, Jamie Barkas, and William Griffith bring out the top 5. Patrick Jabick in 6th, Justin Engel 7th, Zach Wilson fell back to 8th, Joel Kilburn 9th, up from 36th, didn't qualify, worked his way all over to 9th. Fry Herbert back to 10th. Only 12 cars in the lead lap tonight.
For some reason, it wasn't on Will Paisley. I apologize about that. It went to Scenic for some reason. There's him doing his burnouts. I don't know why it went to Scenic there, but it did.
All right, let's start finding our top 3.
Want to get Paisley in here first?
I'm trying to find him.
Should be in race comms, I believe.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh, I thought I had it.
Here, I got him. I can bring him in. Oh, there you go.
Well, it's Zach and Alex in the booth. You got it?
Howdy.
Hey, well, congratulations on the win. You Took the lead on lap 2 or 3 when Zach Wilson slipped up, and well, you never looked back. Take us through your race.
I didn't get quite the qualifying run that I wanted to with the with how hot the track was. We were kind of I don't know, it was just slipping and sliding. So whoever happened to do well there would end up getting the pole. And I managed to get it outside of, I'm sorry, it was Zach, and I managed to get into second. And then after that, I was just trying to pressure Kiernan until a mistake would happen. But eventually it did, and we managed to take the lead. And then I guess we just got through the traffic a little bit better because I don't know, it was crazy.
Yeah, take us through how the tires felt. With with no cautions, it was 25 laps green. You knew it was going to happen. Tell us how those tires felt when you were getting later in the run there.
Oh yeah, when the tires were starting to get old, it was like it was kind of like a drifting session, really. Once you're going through that the carousel, you're basically just drifting the car through there, just to try to get it to go around there, because the front tires are starting to wear pretty bad too. And with the car having a issue that where it's just binding at the front when loads on it, the car kind of understeers. But it's weird because you also have the rear of the car not really gripping either, especially under power. So you almost had to kind of drift it around there a little bit.
So, I mean, you kind of pretty well set sail from lap 3 on. At what point did you feel like you had it had it sealed up and you went into kind of like a damage control mode?
I started to go into sort of a just limiting after about like lap 10. I didn't want to get it caught up in anything once we started catching all of the lap traffic. There was such a big difference in terms of speed. It was all about just trying not to hit somebody and ruin their race or mine. So it was very interesting to try to get through there. And I think it was that probably helped us out quite a bit.
Well, we head to Richmond Raceway next week. How you feeling about that short track?
I quite like Richmond. It's very challenging out of 4 because the tires don't really like to grip out of there. So it should be kind of fun. It's going to be a race where we are going to be trying to save tires a bit too, and see how well we can do.
All right. Anything else for Alex?
No, I don't.
All right. You got any shout outs you want to throw out there?
I want to say thank you to my dad. He was the one who got me into the league in the first place. Thank you. And I also want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Raise Energy. Use code Arcadian4 at the checkout. I actually quite like their energy drinks. I sought them out. So, yeah, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on your win tonight. Looking forward to seeing you next week at Richmond.
Appreciate it.
All right. Once again, that was your winner, Will Paisley, there in the 93 car. We're going to go ahead and get second place finisher in here, Kiernan Church.
Kieran, it's Zach and Alex. You got us?
Yep, I got you.
Didn't quite have anything for the Delta sponsored jet out there for William Paisley, but you had quite the battle yourself there for a little bit.
Yeah, my goal was literally just stay on the track. I wasn't going to push it because I know the harder I push, it was just going to burn those tires and make it even worse through the whole race. So if I just kept it straight and on the track and just dodge all the lap cars, because that was the scarier part about this race, and I knew that's what it was going to come down to. So I wasn't going to race anyone really too hard for any position unless it was the end.
Yeah, we saw you get the pole, but we saw you go into turn 1 kind of conservatively. Was that just to make sure that you could actually make it through turn 1, so that you could actually have 25 at Watkins Glen instead of 1 lap?
Yeah, like I just was going in conservatively. I didn't want to crash Zach or anybody around me going into 1, and then I just, like I said, I wanted to run my own race, whether it was just let everybody by, and then if I caught them when they started wearing their tires or with a lap car, I just was going to run my race and wasn't going to push too hard for any spot, really.
How hard was it running out there once those tires got old enough that you started sliding around? How difficult was it to race on those tires?
Honestly, it was honestly harder probably the first 3 laps than it towards once the tires heated up because I wasn't pushing too hard, so they kind of came in and they stayed pretty consistent to where it wasn't too one-sided loose or just wouldn't turn. You could just run that conservative line and wouldn't get pretty much any sketchiness out of it.
All right. Well, next week we head to Richmond Raceway. How you feeling about Richmond?
Um, I didn't even know the schedule. I might show up and run it. Richmond's I used to be pretty good at it, but ever since I came back this year to iRacing, I really haven't been that great at it. I've struggled. So we'll see how it goes if I make it. Hopefully I make possibly tomorrow's cup race, and I know Sunday for the truck race.
Anything else for Mounts?
Nah, who do you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank Phantom Esports, Phantom Graphics, Pavement Marking, or LLC. Then I got Arizona Speedway, B Leaf, 7Cs, and then I also got to thank Reaper Racing over here. All the guys, Sam, Zach, yourself. I got Garrett and Coach, and then I think Lance just joined the team at last minute. So, thanks, guys.
Yeah, congratulations on your second place finish. Looking forward to seeing you next week if you're there.
Thank you.
All right, second place finisher Kieran Church. Now we're going to move on to Cameron Combs of the 15 Chevrolet, finishing third place tonight.
He's not on Discord.
Oh, he's not? Ooh, that's tough. Let's see if we can get him in a voice channel real quick. If not, we can just move on to the end of the broadcast. And if he doesn't get an interview, well, we'll still say congratulations to Cameron Combs on finishing third place. Well, while we see if he wants an interview, Alex, last thoughts on Watkins Glen in this race?
Yeah, it was quite the show. I kind of figured it'd be somebody just running away from the field while second, third, and fourth and kind of battled out, and a bunch of wrecking and chaos.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some wrecking, but we also saw a lot of, clean racing and clean passes. Obviously, we saw a pass for the lead with...
Yeah, I was in the waiting room.
Yeah, I see him there. We'll go ahead and... Well, for some reason, his driver detail's not showing up anymore. I don't think he's in the session anymore, that's why. But, yeah, go ahead and get him in here, and we'll talk to Cameron.
Better late than never. Cameron Combs at Zach and Alex. You got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, well, third place finish, and early on, we were really talking about Will Paisley, Kieran Church, and Zach Wilson, but you found yourself into the third position, and nice job doing that, and take us through your race.
Yeah, it was just a really tough one. The track was really slick. The tires like to slide, and I tire hopped a lot into turn one. It was just overall pretty tough. There was nothing. I would have never been able to catch up to William.
When it got to the longer run, is that when it really started to struggle? Because Kieran told us that he took it easy, and that's when the tires really started to come in. But I know those tires can get loose. Is that when it really started to struggle for you?
Yeah, around like lap 17 was when I started to struggle the most. It was just sliding all over the place, but I tried holding on to it for as long as I could.
Okay, we move on to Richmond next week. What do you think about Richmond?
Personally, it's not one of my favorite tracks, but I'm going to go out and try my best and try to get another top 3.
All right, anything for him, Alex?
No, not really. Who do you want to thank tonight?
I just want to thank the league for putting on a fun show and having fun.
All right. Well, congratulations on your third place finish, and looking forward to seeing you next week at Richmond.
Thank you. Hope to see you guys too.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, man. All right. That was Cameron Combs, third place finisher tonight. We're going to go ahead and pull up your race results for tonight. Once again, Will Paisley, your winner. Kieran Church, Cameron Combs, Jamie Barkus, and William Griffith, your top 5. Patrick Drabick in the 6th position. Justin Engel, 7th. Zach Wilson battles back from 13th to the 8th position. Joel Kilburn, 9th. And Fry Hubbard rounding out the top 10. We'll go through the rest of your field. Top 12 on the lead lap there. I'm still surprised by how many cars we got tonight, Alex. I did not expect to get 40 cars on track, and, well, these guys definitely caught me by surprise.
Yeah, I wasn't quite expecting that either.
There you go. And we'll go ahead and pull up your point standings now for the Extreme Xfinity Series. Fry Hubbard still your points leader, as Patrick Drabick makes that gap a little bit smaller between him and Fry Hubbard. It was 13 coming into tonight. Now it is a 9-point gap. But more importantly for Fry, he's still leading after Watkins Glen, and I think he'll easily take that with the top 10. As Jesse Necula is able to move past Josh Oswald for the 4th position in points, 33 points behind Fry, and while Josh Oswald top 5 in the points. And then it kind of falls off under the 200 points past that top 5 position. So I think that, Alex, I personally think that's all Fry could really ask for. I don't think he's that much of a road course racer. So to finish top 10, keep the points lead going back to an oval track, I think he's going to be pretty happy tonight. Even though he's usually competitive and wants to win, I think he'll take a top 10.
Yeah, you when you're an oval guy, you're not really one of the road course ringers. To survive and finish inside the top 10 at a road course that's a win.
Yep, so he's going to take the lead into Richmond Raceway. And speaking of Richmond Raceway, go ahead and pull up your remaining schedule for this series. 4 races left. Richmond Raceway, 150 laps next week, and then we'll take a week off for Christmas, and then we'll be back on January 1st, which is 2021. So maybe 2021 will start off with a great race at Martinsville Speedway. We'll see what happens there. 175 laps, 88 miles, and they're running the night there, which is something you didn't see until about a year ago, so that's pretty fun. And then Darlington and Chicago to finish out the Extreme Xfinity Series season, where we're going to crown a champion at Chicagoland Speedway. 150 laps, so that's the lengthiest race of the year the season, except for Daytona, I believe. So that's going to definitely be a fun one. And out of these 4 races, Alex, which one are you looking forward to the most now that we're past Watkins Glen?
You know what? Richmond's honest as well. Darlington's going to be fun to watch. See how many people earn their Darlington stripes. But Richmond, as far as the tracks left on the schedule, Richmond's easily my favorite. I love Richmond.
Yep, going to be a fun one to watch. If we were talking about loose tonight. Richmond, you can get extremely loose out of each turn. So going to be a fun one to watch. 150 laps. That's going to be a tough one for these guys. But I believe them. So we'll go ahead real quick and talk about the Original Rebels Racing League, and then we'll get out of here. The Sunday Night Truck Series brought to you by Intensity Broadcasting, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You can catch us on all 3 as well. The Extreme Xfinity Series next week, like we mentioned, Richmond at 9 o'clock. Saturday Night Senate Cup Series, which tomorrow night is Atlanta. That will be it says 8 on there, but I believe it's 9. And the Tuesday Night Dirt Invader Series, run by our very own Alex Veith in the booth. That will start at 9 o'clock on Tuesdays. 3 of those brought to you by Rebels Racing Network, as you can see on screen. The Extreme Xfinity Series and the Sunday Night Truck Series are all rostered up right now. They don't have any more room, but Saturday Night Senate Cup Series and the Dirt Invader Series still recruiting, right, Alex? The Dirt Invader Series is?
Oh, yes.
So those 2 definitely available.
we haven't had enough people show up yet to run the B main. I mean, we're 3 or 4 people short to have to run the B main. So it's right now. It's you're a shoe in for the A main. You're a shoe in for the 40 lap show. So get on in there and bring some friends. We'll have some fun racing.
Yep. Look up Original Rebels Racing League on. Well, you can look it up on Facebook or anything like that if you want to join those groups, and then get into the iRacing group, and we'll get you in the Discord if interested. So yeah, we definitely need some people for those series, and would definitely love to have you. So yeah, that was 25 laps here at Watkins Glen International.
One more thing.
Yep, go ahead.
This is the last week for I started the season off with the first three races were the free tracks. This is your last chance to try it out. If you're a pavement guy, not sure if you like dirt, it's USA International Speedway and the street stocks. Both of them are free. I mean, you're not gonna lose money trying it out. Worst case scenario, you get hooked and then you got to spend money.
Yeah, I'm not a dirt racer, and I have a lot of fun running in that series. So
not a dirt racer, but he finished 5th last week.
That is because they put me pretty high up in the race, so I'll take it. But yeah, like you said, it's free. The free tracks and free cars. After this week, you'll start racing at tracks that you have to pay for. So, like you mentioned, definitely check it out and get into the race this week if you don't have any of the dirt bought tracks or cars. So, make sure to look us up on iRacing and get joined before Tuesday night. But yeah, make sure to tune in tomorrow night for Atlanta and the Saturday Night Senate Cup Series. For tonight, I'm Zach Wetstein, Alex Veith in the booth. Have a good night.